right, so what you gonna play for us next?
Actually, I can play. What do you guys want to do? Okay. We could do free.
Free.
Okay. Let's see if I can pull that up real quick.
So free it is. Free it is. Right here on Hip Hop Connection.
Woke up this morning hoping to see that everything was gonna be okay for me. And what it was I was hoping to find was some clarity for my soul and my mind. Some peace for me, a place where I can see. No room for tears to cry or dry my eyes. No place to go so my soul can grow. I just wanna be free. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Looking back on all the things I tried to keep me safe from all the nights that I cried. And every night it seemed so very long. And crying only made me feel more alone. No love to find, no safe arms to give me peace of mind. No redemption song when you're living out your life so wrong. I just wanna be free. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Listen, it's my decision that I have to live with no inhibition. Taking time to listen, oh, only to my eyes. At first I didn't know where to start, but the hardest part was trusting me, loving, discovering me, finding freedom. So I'm letting go, though ever so slow, of everything I've ever learned and used to know. So I can finally see what it is I really need. I just wanna be free. Some peace for me, a place where I can see. No room for tears to cry or dry my eyes. A place to go so my soul can grow. I just wanna be free. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Oh, I wanna be. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me. Let yourself be happy. Let yourself be free. The best advice that I can get often just comes from me.
Back here on Hip Hop Connection, Mr. Turner, Allison, and of course Jay doing big things, big things. All right, the album once again is entitled
Mr. Turner Presents Sonic Heartbeats Volume 1.
All right.
Yeah. I also have another record out. It's a sample I put out like a month ago called Mr. Turner Presents the Pulse. You can get it's free. It's a download. You can download it from like mrturner.bandcamp.com. You can get it on there and just go on there, click on it, download it, check it out. I got some of these beats up there as well as some other joints I'm working with, Cy Smith and like Yazara, some other artists that I'm working with. It's just instrumentals right now, but it's the tracks that I'm doing for this record. So.
Oh, all right. And so when do you think the album will be ready?
We're looking for a summer, like midsummer release, like July.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we're doing a show at the end of the summer to kind of like put everything together. I got a 10-piece band. And everything. So I'm gonna be jumping around from instrument to instrument.
Now, what we can do is I'm gonna invite you back.
Okay.
And you can bring the 10-piece band. I guess we'll try to put you in the auditorium for that. That's not gonna fit in Studio 4. Yeah. The engineers will look at me like, "What do you think you were gonna do with this?"
Cool.
We'll try to get you in the auditorium, but we definitely have you back for that.
I appreciate it.
And talking about the album, you know, putting it together, what has it been like? What has the vibe been like in the studio? And
these guys will tell you it's very interesting. Like I make tracks all the time, and usually I'm by myself, like in the house. Like I got a studio in my house, so I just go and like wake up and go right to my keyboard and just start working on stuff. And then as soon as I'm done with it, I send it out to them to get their ear on it, and they usually get first dibs on a lot of stuff that I'm working on. So it's just like I send it out, and they're like, "Yeah, I want that track," and I'm like, "Oh, well, okay." And then so it's been one of those processes where like I just make up stuff and then hope people like it, and then.
So you talk about sending it out. How do you send it out? I mean, how's that go?
Internet. Like I download it. I mean, I make it into an MP3 form and email it to people. What I usually do is once I finish the track, I'll send it to them, and then I'll send it to like 10 people. Some in music and some not in music, to see what the vibe is, like people like it, because most people who buy records aren't musicians, right? So I want to get a feel for like real people who don't aren't into music. So I because they're either gonna tell you it's whack or it's not. They're not gonna be like, oh man, that chord you played was that 13 chord was not right. They're gonna be like, hey man, that was hot or that was not right. So I want that approach too, as well as the musicians, because I have a lot of musician friends too that I send stuff to, and they give me that theory, the theoretical part of it. So
so you get both.
I get both.
That's great.
And my mom is the most honest. She's just like, that's not it. That's not
Baby, that just ain't gonna do.
I'm like, she'll say something like, who did that? And I'll be like, I did it. She's like, oh, okay. And that'll be it. And I'll be like, oh. Okay. Delete.
Yeah, right.
So yeah.
Wow. Cool, man. So when the album drops, where would it be? Where can people get it from?
iTunes, like all those mediums, iTunes, Amazon.com, CDBaby.com. Working on distribution as well, so try to get it in the stores and stuff like that.
How can people find out what's going on with Mr. Turner?
You can follow me on Twitter. There's Mr. D Turner on Twitter. You can hit me on Facebook. I got a fan page on Facebook, just Mr. Turner on Facebook. And my blog, I got a blog spot. It's called what's my blog spot called? I can't. Hold on, I'm playing right now. It's my blog spot. Yeah, and I usually what I usually do is I write around 2:00 in the morning when I get back in the house from gigs. I just write about my experiences. Like this past week, I had my birthday was last week. I had an amazing birthday, man. I met who did I meet? David Foster. Played with David Foster. Played with Kenny G.
Wow.
Yeah, played with Lionel Richie. Like
great
all
birthday.
the people. I was out in LA for the Guest Jeans event with Frederic Yane, who's a really good friend of mine. Awesome harmonica player, and he plays with Prince. And
Frederic Monique.
Yeah, Frederic Yane.
Yane.
Yeah.
He just played with Stevie Wonder.
He just played with Stevie Wonder at Verizon Center.
The Verizon Center. I was there.
He came. He left that show and came to Cafe Milano and played for Quincy Jones. And I met Quincy Jones there.
Oh my! You met Q?
We actually had a chance to sit down and talk with him, and he's an amazing guy. He's so much knowledge, and he was asking us questions, which was kind of like, wow. He's like, "What do we think about music?" And I was just like, there.
You see it.
Yeah, exactly. So it was, and all these experiences that I've had these last couple of weeks have come through Fred and his wife Carla, and they have been so supportive of me as a musician. Man. Yeah.
Good for you.
Big up to them. So.
All right. Wow.